Buckle up, we're Duncan, Jeff, and Sloan. Let's fill our cups. Commander decks in hand, the battle's about to start. A podcast for the legends, where magic meets the heart.
Hello, fellow Planeswalkers. Welcome back to the pod. This is Sloan coming at you, and we are doing Avatar, The Last Airbender, the long-awaited set. We are doing a collector boosters, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. We got very blessed again. We have one here from Duncan, and we have two more from Bryce. Very generously letting us open it on the uh, recording here on the video for you guys. So I'm going to try my best to try to go through this as quickly as possible. As I'm sure you guys know, those who have been watching the show and leading up to this moment, everyone knows I'm a pretty big Avatar fan. So I'm going to try to get through this stuff without talking about every single card and every single art on it. And of course, obviously, we're going to be looking for all of the big chase cards that are in here, the bonus sheet cards that are really drawing a lot of attention. Obviously, there's Force of Negation, but there's also a couple other ones that a lot of people are seeking after because, again, like I mentioned in the podcast, there is a bunch. There's 61 bonus sheet cards, and there's 61 episodes in the show. So the big thing is they wanted to do that, they said, so that way each episode was represented, which is why all of those bonus sheet cards are actually stills from the show because it's representing a moment in each episode that that card is from. So I thought it was really cool. I thought they did a good job with that. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into it and, see what we can pool here for the guys, see what we can get, and see what cards that are able to be, I guess, ultimately uh, added to these guys' collections from the great world of Avatar. So without further ado, guys, let's go ahead and let's start cracking some packs. So I was made fun of yesterday. We were waiting in line for the shop to open, and I was immediately made fun of. They're like, "We're really excited to watch you guys struggle with opening you opening the Avatar packs." And I was like, "Yeah, that's hilarious. I'm really excited to be struggling on camera too." So, hopefully, we're not starting off great, but hopefully it gets better here for the openings. But also, I'm setting up. I have set up a new camera angle for this, so I'm hoping that this is gonna be a little bit better for you guys viewing wise. We're not gonna have as much glare from my overhead lamp. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. So it looks like they put the rares right up front like they normally do. So we're gonna count it down to make sure we get it right here. So Diligent Zookeeper, Agent of Treachery. So Duncan actually already has this card, and he likes this card a lot. And so it's pretty sick that he just got one in here. That is a sick card. Ba Sing Se. For anyone who doesn't know, that's how you pronounce that. Ba Sing Se. I know that there were some people who were mispronouncing. And the Walls of Ba Sing Se. He got another mythic. So this pack, he got two mythics already pulled out of here. We actually talked about the Walls of Ba Sing Se on the most recent episode of the podcast, so that's pretty sick. So we have the token, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like 5 cards. So, and then we're gonna burn through these pretty quick. There's your full art planes, hook swords. Those are jets. Deny entry, counter target creature spell, draw a card, then discard a card. Not bad. Zuko's offense. Rockalanche. June, Bounty Hunter. June was a cool character that they introduced kind of towards like the middle of the show, and then they brought her back. Oh, here's a lesson. You got a lesson too. Um, Zhong's Deserters. This was supposed to be the first guy who was trying to teach Aang how to firebend, but Aang didn't listen to his instructions, and so bad things happened uh, with in that episode when he tried to do the firebending. So you know what? We'll just to make my life easy, we're gonna throw these just immediately in the sleeves. These two mythics that we just pulled for Duncan, which is crazy. I can't believe he always does so good on packs, like just card wise. So two mythics right out of the gate. The Walls of Bossing Say, an Agent of Treachery. So, and this is, again, this is that bonus sheet card. So you can see here, and this is what I mean. So it says Book 2, Earth, Chapter 40. It says it right down there. So Book 2, Earth, Chapter 40. So this is from the second season, Book 2, and the 40th chapter overall, which I think in that season was like chapter like 14 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. So, but I mean, first pack's already crazy, crazy good. So hopefully we just keep that high going and we keep getting crazy good pulls. So, um, oh my gosh, these packs hate me, guys. They really do. And it's crazy to me that they make them this hard to open. So we're gonna cheat. We're gonna use scissors so I don't make myself look like a fool. Yes, Duncan, I will be extremely careful not to ruin your cards, I promise. Oh, so it looks like we have our first art card too, so it's gonna be Aang on this glider. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just make sure I got it right. Yep. So there we go. All right. That's the lion turtle. Dark deal. Okay. That's cool because that's when they did. That's when the Dai Li, the guy who's basically secretly running the Bossing Say, made a deal with Princess Azula. Dramatic reversal. Seismic sense. Another lesson. We got Gran. It's crazy that she's a one-drop legendary. Like her ability isn't like insane. You know, whenever Grand becomes tapped, draw a card and discard a card. So it's not crazy. But the nice thing is with water bending in this set, you can tap creatures to pay for it. So you know you can really utilize that and take advantage of that. And then non-creature spells cost 1 less to cast as long as there are 3 or more lessons in your graveyard. So another lesson-focused deck. Grandmaster or Grand Lotus Iroh is the same thing. He cares about lessons. Another lesson here, Earthbending. Meditation pools. Alright. Avatar Enthusiast. Alright, the art card. Yue the Moon Spirit. The borderless foil. That is pretty. Oh my goodness, look at that, guys. That is so pretty. That looks so good. Rise the Redeemed. So Zuko redeemed. So this is or Reese the Redeemed, however you want to say it. So there's his mythic. Fang, Roku's companion. Sokka Swordmaster, another mythic. Equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each ally you control. That's good. At the beginning of combat on your turn, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to Sokka. Very cool. Abandoned Air Temple. Enters tapped unless you control basic land. So that's actually pretty strong because this is like, especially for Duncan, this will pretty much never enter tapped. Taps for a white, 3 and a white, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. I mean, for 4 mana, putting a 1/1 counter on everything is not bad by any means. So we'll go ahead and sleeve his mythics here, and I'm going to sleeve that UA too because it is the special art version and foiled. Which I think the Sokka's foiled too, by the way. It's not any special foil, it's just regular foiled, but um, I will keep saying this to the end of the earth. Zuko, my favorite character in any show, movie ever, period. I just feel a real connection to him just as a person and kind of just the struggles that he goes through and very real for me personally. So it's why I love him so much and I feel attached to him so much is because of the fact that it's, you know, there's a connection there that I feel like I just kind of have with him. So, you know, that is for me, that's obviously what really got me connected to him and draws me into him. But I will say too is even for me when I play like Dungeons and Dragons is I play a lot of like me being connected with my character also means a lot to me. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that's why like you know my backstories and stuff I always go very in depth in because obviously that's gonna be ooh The big old banyan tree. All right. Long shot. He was one of the freedom fighters underneath Jet. Komodo rhinos. Aardvark sloth. So if you guys don't know, in the world of Avatar, they do a lot of mixing of creatures. So all of the creatures are kind of always like mixed together. So this is a Komodo rhino, so it's a Komodo dragon and a rhino combined. Aardvark sloth, obviously. So the names are pretty self-explanatory, but it's really cool because it kind of brings this more fantasy-esque feeling to the world, which is cool. I think is very important when you're trying to distinguish and kind of set your world apart a little bit. Because one of the big jokes in the show, in case you're not aware, is when they go to go to visit Bossing, saying they meet the king, he has a bear, and they're like, "You mean like a platypus bear?" And he's like, "No, it just says bear." And they're like, "You mean a mole bear?" And he's like, "No, it just says bear." Like, and they're like floored by the fact that someone has a non-mixed creature. So kind of the idea that these creatures are mixed, wolf bat is one of the things that brings a little intrigue to the world and makes it kind of fun and whimsical. Uh, Watery Grasp. North Pole Gates. Okay. Pay for, sacrifice this land, draw a card. So not bad. Comes in tap though, so it's a little slow, but it's not the worst. All right, here we go. Iroh Grand Lotus. So we just pulled him in the foil also on the special art, which is sick. I'm going to flip over this because I think, yeah, this is two-sided. So this is the soldier token that they with the fire bending. And then here is the ballistic boulder. Um, Flying construct because it's being launched, obviously. So um, sick, sick card. We're going to put that to the side. And Fabled Passage as the land. This is from the episode of The Secret Tunnel. I'm sure you guys are very aware of that episode because I always mention it. But here you see Book 2, Earth, Chapter 22. Um, this was a moment in the show where they're trying to find their way through it, and this is capturing that when they finally kind of figured out the riddle on how to get through the secret tunnel, so they wouldn't get lost. The last Agni Kai. Okay, so this art specifically, I know it kind of just looks like a blur on a card, and it kind of is. So I don't fault you there. But this is the one that is part of the 9-piece scene that you can only get from the packs, from the collector packs for each card. So the last Agni Kai is representing the moment in the show where Zuko and his sister Zula have their final duel, and he battles her. And the animation for that final duel is very, very pretty because Zuko has red fire and Azula has blue fire, as you kind of watch through the show and find out. And so there's this like really pretty clashing of fire um, on the screen, and it just makes for this really dramatic. And they have like really sombering music playing also. It's really cool. But this is the card, so if you were to have it, this one would go in the middle, and your Zuko and your Azula would go on each side of it, and it would make this, which is the clashing of their two fire brands, which is kind of like there's a line here and a line here. That's why. So very cool there. Storm of Memories. Exile an instant or sorcery card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard at random. You may cast it without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into a graveyard, exile instead, and this has Storm on it. Oh, sorry guys. This has Storm on it. I apologize if I'm going to keep pulling it down. I'm not used to this new setup. Like I said, I have the camera positioned differently, so it's better for you guys and easier for you guys to read and see. And then last but not least, we have a Tiger Seal. So very cool. I'm actually going to put this one in a sleeve too, this last Agni Kai, just because it's part of that scene. So I want to make sure I put it to the side so I don't lose it. But man, look at that. Look at that foil. Like the foil that they did on this, like on the fire. So cool. I really like these borders that they did. And like they also put like the logo of like what nation the person on the card is from. So this obviously has a fire logo because that's where they're from. This one here, the UA has the water logo, which is right there. So I think I really like that they did this because it kind of gives even more identity to these cards individually besides just the characters and the art and the depiction of them. You have these borders and these little symbols identifying too, which I thought was really cool. Some people were kind of dogging on it. They thought it was weird that there was just like this random frame around the um, art and the wording and stuff, but I really liked it. So, but yeah, there you go. Last Agni Kai, very cool. Um, but so I am actually doing this the day after the first day of pre-release, which is Friday, as you guys know. So this is Saturday. I didn't go to the pre-release event last night because I took my wife out. So I'm going to the one tonight with me and a bunch of the guys from work, as well as my buddy Taylor, who's been on the show. And you guys got to see his nerdum over Final Fantasy. This is kind of my nerdum thing that they are doing in Magic. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the forest here. So hog monkeys again, kind of the two creatures thing. Frantic search. Okay, that's when they were looking for the library in the middle of the desert. Aang's defense. Target blocking creature you control gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Draw a card. I mean, that's actually really good. Like, even just 1 mana to draw a card, so you kind of cycle this card is great. But this also could get you to kill some of these thing that's attacking you without them knowing that you're able to do it. Another lesson here, the Solstice Revelations. From the top of your library until you exile a non-land card, you may cast that card without paying its mana cost if the spell's mana value is less than the number of mountains you control. If you don't cast that card this way, put it into your hand. And then flashback for 7, so 6 in a red. It's not a bad card. That's a good little exile. Team Avatar. Cool. So this is the first card we've pulled where they're all on there, and it's foiled, which is pretty cool. You see the foil on the air and on the water, on the rock back here, and then on his boomerang. So whenever creature you control attacks, only gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of creatures you control. 2 and a white, discard this card. It deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control, the target creature. Not bad. Pretty good. Lo and Lee, twin tutors. These are the advisors for Princess Azula. First time flyer. This is just referencing the people who took over the Northern Air Temple and used gliders to get around. Sandbender's Storm. So one of the cool things about the Avatar world is that there's bending techniques. You know, there's rock bending, water bending, fire bending, earth bending, water bending, fire bending, air bending. But people develop different styles of bending for where their environment is. So, you know, the swamp benders, they actually bend the plants by bending the water in the plants because they're water benders. And so sand benders were very similar in the show where they were earth benders, but they had to learn how to bend sand because obviously sand is not as rigid as regular rock and stuff. And so that's cool. So here's our token, and the first card is Boiling Rock Rioter. And then this is a two-sided. Oh, look at that. A clue. It's the White Lotus. Very cool. This is also foiled. So we got that token. This is when they were on the jail. Mythic is Join the Dance. Create 2 1/1 white human creature tokens. Flashback for 3 green white. And it's a green white. So there's his mythic. The Legend of Kuruk. Another freaking mythic. Scry 2, then draw a card. Exile the saga, return it to the battlefield, transform it under control. So we're going to look at the next card, then we'll flip this one over. Chakra Meditation. That's when he was learning how to open up the avatar state. And again, look at that foil. Like in the smoke. So pretty. Okay. And the back, Avatar Kuruk. Whenever you cast a spell, create a 1/1 color spirit creature token with this token can't block or be blocked by non-spirit creatures. Exhaust, so you can only do it once. Water bend 20. Take an extra turn after this one. So again, this is that water bending thing where you can tap your creatures in order to pay for the water bending costs. It basically allows your creatures to become mana, so you can spend your mana on other abilities. The other thing is too, you can actually tap, I believe, also artifacts. So artifacts that don't care about tapping or untapping for mana. For example, if you have a Vidalcan Ori or not a Mind Stone, the Howling Mine. Those don't really care about tapping or untapping in regards to they tap for mana. So you can tap them for that. The other thing is too is that this allows treasures to tap and not have to be sacrificed for mana also. which is also really cool. So very good one there, Chakra Meditation. And then Katara the Fearless. So we got Katara now too. Very cool. So we're going to put those ones there. We'll sleeve up these. I do think too with this set, we were kind of surprised on how many really good cards they made. I think to the point of where the set is going to be, I think, again, one of those sets where it's just, I think this is going to be good on its own, right? So in the sense of Lord of the Rings, in the sense of um, Final Fantasy, where those sets did a really good job of being kind of like just standalone, like they have really good cards in them that were created. I think less Final Fantasy. I think this is very close to the Lord of the Rings level of quality that was done in a single set. Especially for Universes Beyond. So, Valoria's Stance, that's towards the end of the show where he faces his father. So this is Fire Lord Ozai. He's like the big bad in the whole show. You actually don't ever see him until like almost near the end of the show. Like we have no idea what he looks like. And the really cool thing is the person who voice acts Fire Lord Ozai is Mark Hamill, and he does a phenomenal job. It's so good. Very cool. And then obviously Prince Zuko is addressing him and telling him he's going to teach the Avatar how to firebend so he can defeat him. Many partings, my cabbages. All of his cards have these on there that say no, my cabbages are my cabbages. This is a running joke in the show that from when I was watching an interview, it wasn't really meant to be that. It was meant to be a one-off, but they just thought it was funny if he just kept coming back and it kept happening to him over and over again. So somehow this cabbage merchant follows the Avatar around the entire world, and his cabbages keep getting destroyed, which is hilarious. So, flash equipment for 2 and a red. Attached to target creature you control, that creature gains double strike until end of turn. Equipped creature gets +1/+1, equip 2. Oh, not bad. So this would be really good to airbend because you would airbend it, and then when you need it, you flash it in, and because it's still being cast and it has flash, whenever it enters, you get to attach to a creature, and that creature gains double strike. So that would be really cool kind of combo there. White Lotus Hideout. This is cool. So this doesn't come in tapped, and it taps for any color as long as you spend it to cast a lesson or a shrine. So Jeff was talking about how they kind of did shrines in this set, and that that there's a chance that you can make a shrine deck that's actually somewhat decent. This is a great land to get for that because you can tap for any color. And then you could also filter one for any color for non-shrine and non-lesson cards. A Cat Gator, very cool. Barrels of Blasting Jelly. That's when Jet's freedom fighters were trying to steal them from the Fire Nation, and they were going to blow up a dam to destroy a village. That's what that is from. Origin of Metal Bending. That's sick. And it's foiled. Look at that foil. Oh, that's so cool. Sick lesson. So this is the swamp benders. So this is what I was referring to. So there's like a seaweed monster, but they're actually bending the water in the seaweed to make it move, and that's how they water bend in plants and stuff. All right, ally token. Azula Cunning Usurper. And this is the borderless. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is so cool. And it's foiled. So we'll put that one to the side for him. Searing Blood for his bonus sheet. Sokka! So we got another person from the Aang gang. Storm of Memories, we've already pulled that one. Wartime Protesters, haste. Whenever another ally you control enters, put a 1/1 counter on that creature, and it gains haste until end of turn. That's pretty cool. And then we'll flip over. Oh, Clue, his sandals. So this was from the episode where Uncle Iroh got captured by the Earth Nation, and Zuko was hunting him down, and he slipped off one of his shoes, so Zuko could follow him and find him. Very cool. So this is not the Azula. That is the one that is part of that the last Agni Kai. It's a different Azula. It's the Grixis one, the blue, red, black one. And obviously that's not the right art style either. The right art style would be black and white, like the last Agni Kai was. So That should have been another giveaway that was not the right Azula. But like I said in the podcast, if you guys listen, which I hope you do, if you guys haven't, like, follow, subscribe on YouTube and all your podcasting websites. Uh, we are on iHeartRadio, Apple Music, Amazon, all those good things. But I talked about how they made different versions of each main character. So Firelord Ozai, I think, has 3 different versions of them. Aang has 3 different versions. Like, they did a bunch of that. And the thing is too, if you look at them, a lot of them are like a monocolored, 2 colors, and then 3 colors is the way they did it. So the ones that are like that, those are the ones that are kind of meant to be like first representation, second representation, third representation of the characters. So, all right, very good for us here. Fire Nation attacks. Nice. Borderless. Foil. Looks so good. They did a good job with a lot of these art. Giant Fly. Capital Guard. Air Nomad Legacy. Another lesson. Iroh's demonstration. Very cool. He was known as a Dragon of the West, so he could firebend via his mouth. So it was pretty cool. Destined Confrontation. So I heard about this card. This is also the foil, which again, look at the foil on the lightning and fire. Azula can lightning bend, which is part of fire bending, which is another reason why hers is blue, because she's technically a stronger bender than Zuko. Blue fire kind of represents that. So, um, but she also lightning bends, which is what that is there. And but I heard about this card. Each player chooses any number of creatures they control with total power 4 or less, then sacrifices all other creatures they control. Very strong board wipe, because it's going to force people to keep their lowest powered or 1 4 power, and they're going to lose everything else. So, very cool board wipe. Pretty flavorful. Oh, Rumble Arena. Vigilance. When this land enters, scry 1. Add 1 mana. So it doesn't come in tapped, so that's cool. And you can immediately earthbend it, and it can attack and tap for mana still. That is sick. That is a cool land. Borcupine instead of porcupine. Very cool. Art card, so we're going to look at the next card first. Aang at the Crossroads. This is... Look at that. Full art foil. We're going to look at the next card, then flip this over, and then we'll also flip over. Actually, here, we'll do the... Oh, Zuko. Very cool art card. Dockside Extortionist. He pulled a Dockside. No way. No absolute way. All right, we'll flip over this. Aang, Destined Savior. Flying. Land creatures you control have vigilance. At the beginning of combat on your turn, Earthbend 2. So he's a 3/3 on this side, and then he becomes a 4/4 on this side. And they used like the same pose, I think, because they wanted to show him going into the Avatar state. So don't think that they were lazy. What they did was they showed him on this side in the non-Avatar state. When Aang enters, look at the top 5 cards of your library. You may put a creature card from mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest into the bottom of your library in a random order. When another creature you control leaves the battlefield, transform Aang at the beginning of the next upkeep. So he goes from here at the Crossroads to the Destined Savior, and you can tell here, see how his eyes are now glowing and the arrow is now glowing? He has now entered the Avatar state. So, personally, I don't think they were lazy at all. I think that was really cool to represent how he went from being in the non-Avatar state, and then when you flip him over because an ally has left the field, i.e. has gone down, it then makes him transform into the Avatar state. So very cool idea. I'm going to put that one in a sleeve for him. Dockside we're going to put in a sleeve. Mai Zuko. Okay, so this is one of the cards from the pre-ordered box scene that you can get. This is the one with like all the couples. So Zuko and Mai, Katara and Aang, Sokka and Suki. All those couples are kind of make a big. It's a 6 card, and I think this is the top left one. So it goes top left with Mai and Zuko, and I don't know the rest off the top of my head perfectly, but I believe it. They are the top left one though, which is really cool. I'm gonna put that one aside for him too. Jet, Rebel Leader, nice. And then the Boiling Rock Rider again. Very cool. That was a sick pack. Yeah, and if I'm saying the wrong card type when I talk about these, I think this is the borderless. The showcase is the one with the cool art around it, and then the Um, I don't. Is there another? I don't know if there's another one. I think it's just Borderless and Showcase in this set. And then obviously we have the bonus sheet, which these are the um, on their own kind of shtick. But yeah, I mean, so far Duncan's box is sick. Yeah, so this like the special frame around it is the Showcase. Um, the extended art is the one that is um, out to the edges, but still has the wording on it. Now we haven't got any of the um, combat pose ones yet, which are the ones where there's no words on it, there's nothing, it's just the figure posed in the middle. And I think they only did 4. So they did Zuko, they did Aang, they did a second Aang, and then a Toph, I want to say. So they don't, I believe that's the only ones that they did. So 5, 6. So, but the Zuko and the Aang one apparently for the borderless neon ink foil are crazy expensive right now. So, there's your Appa on your planes. Momo, purple Pentapus. Unlucky cabbage merchant. My cabbages. Uncle Iroh. So this is the 2-color version of Uncle Iroh. We already have the Grand Iroh Grand Lotus, which is the 3-color version. Epic downfall. That's so sick. That's such a sick moment in the show where Azula's insanity finally just takes her over. Forecasting fortune teller. That was a good episode. Bender's water skin. So this is one of the ones that they showed earlier, where untap this artifact during each player's untap step. Add 1 mana of any color. So you basically get a three drop artifact that taps for mana and will untap on everyone's upkeep. So you will always have at least 1 additional mana on everybody's turn than you would normally have, which is kind of nice because that could be a big deal, you know. All right, so here we go. Momo Friendly Fire, and this is the extended art version. And then let's see what the ally clue token, the Appa wanted poster. Put that there. Searing Blood. 2 damage to target creature. When that creature dies this turn, Searing Blood deals 3 damage to the creature's controller. Nyla, this is the June's mount that she rides. Chakra Meditation, we already grabbed one of those. Zhao, the Moon Slayer. So he kills the Moon Spirit, which is why Yue becomes a Moon Spirit in the show. Very cool art. Yeah, non-basic lands enter tap. Put a Conqueror counter on Zhao. And if he has a Conqueror counter, non-basic lands are mountains. So you have a Blood Moon in the command zone. Now, granted, it costs you 7 to activate it, but also that could be devastating for somebody. So that is something that is, I mean, I think it's a good ability, and I think it's something where the thing that's kind of funny about it too is like you can do it in response to somebody's turn before they start it to really like, you know what, I'm going to cripple you. I'm just going to give you a bunch of mountains because I can't let you have all that mana. Like playing that against Jeff, that would devastate Jeff. That would because he has a lot of 3, 4, 5 color decks. Jeff's kind of the multicolor deck guy. He's the one that prefers, you know, doing all those multicolors. So all right, but we gotta start burning through these. So I'm gonna go a little bit quicker now. We're gonna kind of just eat through a lot of these basics. Meteor sword they made, which is really cool. That's Sokka sword. Oh, legendary enchantment, the shrine. So this is one of the shrines Jeff was talking about. Gosh dang, I'm sorry guys, I keep forgetting. I gotta push it up a little bit higher. Crashing wave, which is sorcery. Compassionate healer, deserter's disciple. Yep, very cool. All right, ally token. The Walls of Bossing say extended art he got. Jeez. Let's see what the back is. Clue. Very cool. That is Qatar's mom's betrothal necklace from the show. So he got, jeez. So he got the extended art and the regular art. Blood Chief Ascension is his bonus sheet card. Bossing Say again! Dude, he has 3 of them now. And he got the foiled and the non-foiled version of the extended art. That's crazy. Aang, Swift Savior, and so this is the 2-color version of Aang. Flips over into Aang and La, Ocean's Fury. That's crazy. I can't believe he got in the same pack too. He might be a little upset about that, but um, now if someone needs one, he's got some for trade. So he can definitely get some money back on these for sure. Oh my goodness. So we're just gonna grip it and rip it. We gotta get through these because I still have 2 boxes to get through. And in a special bonus at the end, we got some other stuff that I'm gonna open with you guys. Jet Freedom Fighter. That's his 2-color version. I think we saw the one, we just got the 1-color, the mono white version of him. There's a 1-color Aang. Water Bending Lesson. Wandering Musician. Secret Tunnel. Haven't pulled the Secret Tunnel yet. Dai Li Indoctrination. So this is the Dai Li agents from the show. Alright. Earth and Ally. 2 in Wooburg. Earthbend 5. This creature gets +1/+0 for each color among allies you control. Fervor. Creatures you control have haste. Nice. Great Divide Guide. Each land and ally you control has add 1 mana of any color. That's sick. Aang Air Nomad. Mono white version of him. Secret Tunnel! It's like I spoke it into existence. Secret Tunnel! Secret tunnel through the mountain. Secret, 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 secret tunnel. Only 1 mythic in that pack. So for this first box here, we got just 3 measly packs left. Hoping to end on a strong note. I can't believe he got a dockside though. That's crazy. So I will say that a lot of people thought, well, there's a dockside on a bonus sheet. Clearly, he's going to get unbanned. Guys, remember when we talked about... Oh, that's sick. Extended art. Remember when we talked about sets and how the sets are made potentially 3 years in advance before, you know, they show them to us and they come out. So again, Dockside could have been made in this set 3 years ago. They only banned Dockside last year. It's only been 1 year since they banned it. Haru Hidden Talent. This is one of the guys that has an infinite loop combo. If you can somehow manage to get white in there. Invasion Submersible Vehicle. Let's go Tails. Saber-tooth Moose. That's 3 different things. Saber-tooth Moose Line. Because it's a saber-tooth tiger. Normally. Enters tap. Airbending Lesson. Very good. Food token. Alright. Last Agni Kai in foil. Oh, there he is. Bear. Just a bear. Extended art. Mythic is Join the Dance. We already seen that one. Smeller Bee. Rebel Fighter. Very cool. Hey Bay. Forest Guardian. Here is the Shrine. 5-color commander. Fire Nation Drill. The one thing that can destroy the wall of Bossing Say. Pay 1. Permanent to your opponent's control. Lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Because I believe it's indestructible. The other permanents you control have indestructible. Fire Nation Drill enters the battlefield. You may tap it. When you do, destroy target creature with power 4 or less. So that's kind of the whole joke here is the Fire Nation Drill. They use it to drill through the wall of Bossing Say. They weren't 100% successful. But when this enters, you can have it enter tap. So that way it can destroy the wall of Bossing Say. Very flavorful. I might have to stop sleeving these because we're at 40 minutes on this video. Whew. Guys, this is going to be a long one. I'm going to apologize in advance. This is going to be a long one, but I think it's worth it. If you guys stick around, I really appreciate it. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. We do, besides card openings, we actually have a podcast as well where we sit down and discuss all things Commander. Um, and we've been around for a while, so about a couple years now. So we do have almost 100 episodes already out. We try to record weekly and put them out on Thursday. So, um, feel free to find us, follow us, like us, subscribe, so that way you guys can see all of our content as we create it and we push it out. Ty Lee, Artful Acrobatic, Rough Rhino Cavalry. I think they did a really good job with the set representing the characters, the creatures. The art's good. It's very reminiscent of the show. Copy token and Sandbender Scavengers. Soldier on the other side with Firebending. Sacrifice another permanent, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, you may exile it. When you do, return target creature card with mana value less than or equal to the power from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice. Empty City Ruse. So this is the one that has never had a reprint until now. And this was a great picture to use for this because of literally what happens in that scene. Toph, Earthbending Master, 2 mythics back to back. Can we get a third? No. Chong and Lily Nomads, though. That's the guy who sings the Secret Tunnel song, if you don't know. The Mechanist, Aerial Artisan. Very cool. Man. So another extended art. And then all these bonus sheet cards are always going to be like this, where they're going to be just full art. No border, nothing. All right. Last pack for Duncan. This is it. Haven't gotten the Force of Negation yet, but who knows? This could be it. This could be the pack that does it. So Appa, Combustion Technique. Very cool. Tundra Wall. Dire Sight, Sun Warriors, Spirit Oasis, Shrine. Airbender's Reversal, that's a lesson. Very cool. Answers tapped. Turtle Duck. Alright, here we go. Fire. So this is one. He's got one of them. Let's see the other clue. So this is the, yeah, so Zuko goes on the right, Azula goes on the left. Taunting Challenge, very cool. Ran and Shaw, the extended art version. The Cabbage Merchant. South Pole Voyager. So we didn't get the Azula, but, and this is foiled, so it's going to match his foiled one, which I'll pull back up real quick and show you guys what I mean. So if you look here, you see how it lines up. And then Azula obviously would go on this side. So very cool that he got 2 of them, and he got them both in foil also. All right, Duncan, banger box. Had a lot of great hits in there, for sure. For sure. Top of the line pools. I mean, a lot of great mythics that he got, with all of this. He got 3 walls of Bossing Say, so I think he might be a little pissed about that. But he got a Dockside, 2 Last Agni Kais. He got just, oh man, some really good banger cards in there. So we're going to go ahead and take his cards and put them to the side for him. And next up is Bryce's box. So he gave me 2 boxes, so I did promise these guys I'd get this done today before the pre-release event, so that way they would have all of their new pretty cards that they get to play with. And I think I'm not gonna tell them what they pulled and what they got because I want them to be surprised and have some fun with it. So we're not gonna let them know what we pulled for them. So but all right, boys, we're gonna we're going to try to rip through this as quickly as humanly possible because I know that doing videos that are too long, people ain't going to watch them. But there's just a lot of good stuff in this. So it's really hard not to, talk about it and take a moment for everything because this is like as you got to know by now, I'm just obsessed with Avatar. I think it's just a great show and just the, idea of the world and everything making its way into magic, which is something else I love and I'm very passionate about, is super, super cool to me. So, coastal piracy, very cool. Long Fang. So Long Fang's the guy who runs the Dai Li's inside the city underneath the guise of being the advisor of Boomerang Basics. Nice. Turn target non-land permanent to its owner's hands. If you control that permanent, draw a card. Nice. That's pretty sick. But yeah, he runs the bossing say underneath the guise of being the advisor. Firebending lesson, sick. Alright. Tiger Seal. There's a soldier token. Tarnished Citadel. Nice. Swamp Benders. Nice. Monk Gyatso. Nice. And United Front. 2 mythics in his first pack, too. Well done, sir. Well done. Let me know if you guys have ever watched the show, and if you do, who's your favorite character? And why? If it's just because you think they're cool or they're super strong, or if you're someone who loves villains. Maybe you like voice actors specifically. Zuko is played by, I'm going to date myself here a little bit, the gentleman who played Rufio in the original Hook movie, which was a live action adaptation of Peter Pan with the late great Robin Williams as Pan, is very, very cool. Bastion of Remembrance, there's a lot of history on this card being this scene I won't go into, but very, very cool moment in the show. But yeah, so the actor for Zuko is the guy who played Rufio from that live action when he was much younger, and just I thought he did a really good job with the character. I thoroughly enjoy Zuko. He's my favorite character. So as I'm sure you guys are tired of me saying, Great Divide. There's a monk on the other side. Oh, the Banyan Tree, the Great Henge. He got it. This is one of the ones everyone really wants reprint of the Great Henge. Banyan Tree, very significant to the end of the show and it closing up. And even in Legend of Korra, it's very significant. Iroh, Dragon of the West. This is the mono red version. Very cool. Lo and Lai, Royal Advisors. The Earth King and Bear. Very cool. But man, he got a Great Henge. That's insane. This is such a good card. Only one mythic for him though in that pack. But again, this is a great mythic to get if you're only going to get one. That's sick. All right. So there's they did an announcement too that it looks like K-pop Demon Hunter is going to be a secret layer next year. So that's pretty cool. I also am a big fan of that movie. I really liked it. I actually got a bunch of people at work hooked on it. I love the songs. There's a band called Our Last Night. Shout out to them. And they do a metal cover. I like metal music, and they do a metal cover of the songs, 2 of the songs in that movie, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. All right. The Lion Turtle. Nice. Clue on the other side. Very cool. Prosperity. Each player draws X cards. Secret of Bloodbending. No way. It's not foil, but it's sick. 2 mythics. Boomy. Eclectic Earthbender. And Toph. Hard-headed teacher. So that's the 2-color version of the Toph. As you know, the first metal bender is the 3-color version, the one that everyone's really excited about, the one that they showcased. Secret of Bloodbending, though, that's crazy. And the Prosperity is foiled. I don't know. There's not a lot on it to be foiled, but I still like it. Sometimes it's a subtlety of things that makes it stand out, you know? Oh, looks like we got an art card here for Bryce, his first art card. I'll show who it is in a second. All right. Guys, again, I apologize if I have been having this slightly out of frame. I'm like I said, I have the camera set up differently, so I'm trying to make it so it's easier for you guys to see the cards and be able to read them a lot better than all the glare issues I was having before. All right, so we'll reveal this first card, Fire Nation Palace. Ooh, excuse me. That's a nice art card. Let's control a basic land. Tap to add a red. One in a red. Target creature you control. What? That's disgusting. Release to memory. Exile target opponent's graveyard for each creature card exiled this way. Create a 1/1 color spirit creature token. That's cool. Beifong's Bounty Hunters. Lost in Memories. And last but not least, the Unagi of Kyoshi Island. Very cool. If you guys have not watched Avatar: The Last Airbender yet, the original animated series, I highly recommend it. They did a follow-up series called Legend of Korra, which is about the next Avatar immediately after um, Aang, and it even kind of goes in depth about. They have flashbacks of what would happen with kind of Aang and the Aang gang, as it were, um, in Legend of Korra. Personally, I don't think Legend of Korra is as good as Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is. There are certain things that I don't like about it, but obviously everyone has their preferences. I was talking to one of the guys in line yesterday, and he goes like, "I know my opinion's wrong, but he's like, I actually think Legend of Korra is better." And I was like, "Oh, you do have a wrong opinion. That is crazy that you know it too." He's like, "Yeah, but I don't think it's a bad show by any means. I don't think it's like, hey, it's not worth watching at all. I still think it's good, and I think it's worth watching, especially because they're supposed to be doing another show that's going to be after Legend of Korra about the next Avatar. So it'd be important to kind of understand what happened in Legend of Korra to be able to get maybe potentially what they're doing there. So here we go. Mythic Legend of Roku. It's a two-sided card, so we'll show the next one and flip it over. Nice clue token with the Firehawk. Training grounds. No way. Oh, look at that. That's sick. Iro, T-Master. Smeller B. UA, the Moon Spirit. He got one too. He just got the normal version though. That was sick though. Training grounds and the Legend of Roku. That Legend of Roku is dirty. It's so good. So, all right, boys, we're coming up on an hour here. I'm going to try to finish or almost finish this at the 1 hour mark, and then we'll bust out the other pack really quick too. The other pack I might just straight up do just like really only the stuff that we're looking for, like the rares and everything, and skip all these basics and stuff. But I'm trying to do these quicker. War Balloon Vehicle, another one. Very cool. It's not in the right colors for tails though, but still very cool. Ooh. First one. Wow. You've got to be kidding me. There's his clue. You've got to be kidding me. Creatures don't untap during their controller's untap step. Whenever a creature enters, untap all creatures. That's Firebending Student. That's sick. That's the cool art there. Fire Nation Salvagers. Avatar Destiny. So this is another card that a lot of people want because its ability is disgusting. Sure, it's a 6-drop, but whenever you scry or surveil, look at the top card of your library. You may cast that without paying its mana cost. Do this only once each turn. Does not say once on only your turn, so you can do it on every person's turn. And it literally has a scry built into it. So that's going to be fun. Have fun with that, Bryce. True Door Alarm, very good for decks that care about creature tribal and stuff, so you can swing all out and then put a creature in after combat, so that way you can untap all your creatures. Super cool. Still have not seen a Force of Negation yet. We did see a Great Henge, which is sick. Have not seen any of the Battle Pose cards yet. I guess those are extremely rare, which explains why they're extremely expensive on TCG. And in case you guys are wondering, the Firelord Zuko, which is a red, white, black Battle Pose version, currently there's only 2 listings of $2,300 approximately for it. Now that is also the foil version, so the neon ink foil, so not just like the regular version, but the foiled one. Fire Nation Warship, sick. Vehicle, created clue token, crew 2. Exiled Prince, this is the mono red version of Zuko. Northern Air Temple, another shrine. Azula Always Lies. Rabaroo. Alright, here we go. Day of Black Sun, sick. Soldier on the other side. That's a sick card. Mystic Remora. Legend of Krook, so 2 mythics in a row for him. 3 mythics in a row! Oh my goodness! 3 mythics! Let's go! And Tom, the first air metal bender! No way! That is crazy. I'm going to sleeve all 4 of these just because I'm pretty sure he wants Toph, the first metal bender, off to the side for himself. But that's insane, dude. 3 mythics in a row. I think that's the first time that's happened, especially today. I don't think we got 3 mythics in a row today at all. All right, so here we go. Sokka, very cool. Mono white version of Sokka. Driving Heath, Tolls of War, Waterbending Scroll. All right. Of course, he got the Firelord Azula in the foil that goes with Duncan's last Agni Kai and Firelord Zuko. That's crazy. Okay, I gotta keep going. Lightning Bolt? Oh my goodness! May. Sick. Master's Guidance. Wow, he got Avatar Aang. Wow. Duncan, I apologize, man. I don't know what it is. Like, no, don't get me wrong. Duncan's box was sick. He had some sick, sick pulls. You know, Dockside Extortionist, and he got 2 of the 3 for this specific scene. But yeah, I really want, like this, she is calling my name to build her. Like, so much. I want to build her so bad because I used to have a blue, black, red spell slinging deck. And I took it apart because there was cards that were in it that ended up getting banned, including Dockside Extortionist and Mana Crypt. So it became like not as good and not as fun for me, not as fast. But I would 100% build a blue, black, red spell slinging deck again, if I especially if I got her. So, but all right, let's see here. Katara, mono white version, cool. Tundra Wall, we've seen that before. Hey, base, Spirit of the Balance. So this is the white/black version. Waterbending Lesson, we've seen that before. Vindictive Warden. All right, here we go. So this is the other one that's from this. I think this is the top left, and she goes like right here. Or maybe it's this way. I don't know. I can't remember. But this is also part of that, and I will. So I'll go ahead and I'll put that one to the side and sleeve it. Heartbeat of Springs. Very cool. Fiery Confluence. Oh, such a great card. I love that card. All right. Earthbender Ascension. Geez, so he now has 2 of 3 of the 9 cards for that scene that you can only get, which is crazy. All right, boys, we just hit the 1 hour mark. We only have 2 packs left in this box. So I think for the last box, I'm only going to go through the rares and stuff and show them. The other ones I'll flick through, but I'm not going to put them on the back. I'm just going to go right into them. Firebending Student, and now he has the foil version of it. Sick. Bribery. Nyla again. Taylor Qatar and Toph, and Earth King's Lieutenant. Bribery's that's a good one to get. That's a good one to get. I just love this show. Like, I love it so much. I'm so happy. I got 3 kids, and all 3 of them seem to like it so far, too. My wife even likes the show, which is super fun. So, and it's very clean. So the nice thing is, like, I don't have to worry about, like, when we're watching it, is like, is this a little too much? No, it's a very clean show. It's very wholesome and just well done all around. It was just such a good show for it. Even in its time, it was a good show, and now even it's still a good show. Um, in its time, it was um, as a because I was younger, obviously when it came out, I was probably the appropriate age, but like I was just like, man, this is just a great show. And then when I got older and I found it, Cityscape leveler, nice. Um, oh, this is another scene card. That's the other scene that you can get. Um, but yeah, even as a kid, I was always Another Day of Black Sun. I was always intrigued by the show, and I always thought it was really well done. It was just like super fun. And then like now that I'm older, there's like things that that happen in it that when I was younger I didn't quite grasp. Um, but now being a little bit older and watching it back, like I get these things. And for me, the biggest thing is it's the end scene with Zuko and his uncle. Um, that really just gets me every time. My wife kind of makes fun of me. She's like, "Why do you keep watching it? You know you're gonna cry every time." I was like, "Babe, I can't." Oh, this is part of that scene also. Nice. I was like, it's just so good. It's just such a great moment of, redemption. Oh, Sokka's haiku. If you don't know why this is significant, it's because this is written as a haiku. Counter target spell. Draw a card, then mill 3 cards. Untap target land. So 575 is what a haiku is. So it's literally written as a haiku, which is so cool. All right. Oh, art card. We got another May. We got an Aang art card. Very cool. Noxious Gear Hulk. This is one from the scene box that you can get. Beifong's Bounty Hunters. So he got 3 mythics in one pack, but I think overall he got like less mythics than Duncan did. So I don't know, but he also still has a whole nother box. So who knows? This next box can just be a complete banger. I mean, again, this one was really good too. He got some really good cards in here that are going to be super fun to play with. He got the Azula. I wonder if one of them's going to ask the other one either for the Zuko and Last Agni Kai um, or if Duncan's going to ask for the Azula. I don't think they don't really care as much about like the art, like scene stuff, um, as I do, because I think it's really cool when they do that. I think that is something that Wizards should try to focus on doing for their sets, because I think that's a really cool pool for people who love certain things that they're doing, like Avatar, for example. you know, it's cool that they set it up so you can have and experience all those characters in one scene together, and they have like super cool, pretty art. So, all right, so this one we're just gonna hit right off. We're just gonna go straight into the bangers. Ooh, sorry. Gosh, I gotta remember. I gotta put it up higher. All right. Teferi's Protection. Oh my gosh, Legend of Roku. So two mythics. Fire Lord Zuko. So this is the normal version, not the scene version. Um, and then we'll just go through these real quick. Turtles, Fist of Flame, Allies, Bitter Work. Oh my goodness, I can't believe he... can't believe you got two mythics and one of them's... You got Teferi's Protection. That's crazy. I mean, that's a good card on its own, and that art is very sick for it. I like it a lot. Food token. Daku. Dragon on the other side. Judy. Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. Judy, public servant. Appa, steadfast guardian. I think that's the first one we pulled of him. This one? No, this one is not the one that flips. Crystalline armor. Roku's mastery. Mechanical liner. Leaves the vine. Energy bending. Till end of turn, draw a card. That's sick. It'll quench ya. It's the quenchiest. That was a funny scene. So these are always going to be mythic, these bonus sheet cards. So, but I still count them as a mythic for the pack. Because technically, in these, yes, it's guaranteed you're going to get one every single time. But in the play boosters, you will not. You only have a 1 in 24 chance. Ba Sing Se. Rites of Flourishing, very nice. Storm of Memories. We've seen. Raven Eagle, we have not seen. The Duke. I'm an idiot. Guys, I am so sorry. Hama, the Bloodbender. Boomy. King of Three Trials. Zula. Also, what do you guys think is the best mechanic in regards to the new ones that they added of the 4 bendings, which are the only mechanics they added, which I think I'm okay with that. If they do a flavorful add for a mechanic, especially for Universes Beyond, I'm okay with it. I don't like them just adding a random mechanic for the sake of adding a random mechanic. Like, we didn't need Spree. Like, we have other things that are basically Spree, but yeah, you know. But out of these mechanics, which ones do you think is strong? The Fire Nation drill, the extended art version, that's sick. Suki. Duelist Heritage. Plant. Wow, another one. Jeez. But yeah, what bending do you guys think is the strongest? I think the best argument that you're gonna have is for I want to say earth bending or fire bending. As much as I think air bending and water bending are very good in their own right, I don't think they're so strong to where they're more dominant than what you can potentially do with firebending and earthbending. There's just so many silly things you can do with those two that it makes it very difficult for the other two to be on the same playing field. Beastmaster Ascension. Appa the Vigilant. This is from the battle scene also. That scene card, that's why it's an extended art like that. Sokka, Tenacious Tactician. So this is the 3-color version of Sokka. We have not seen him yet. No one pulled him. Crashing Wave. That's so sick. They just did such a good job with this set. It's just so pretty. It's just so well done. Like, ugh, it's just good. It's so good. And honestly, um, it's one of those things where I think even non-Avatar fans can probably appreciate the art and the everything they kind of did on these cards. So, oh, he got a foiled Secret Tunnel! Mirror Wing Dragon, nice. Redirect Lightning! Oh, that's so sick. Katara, Waterbending Master. Another mythic. Firebender Ascension. Sick. Zuko Seeking Honor. Oh, my boy. Dear Dog. Just such good cards. Such good cards. But yeah, even I think non-Avatar fans can kind of appreciate the art and the mechanics and the abilities. But yeah, I'm curious to see what you guys think. What do you think is the strongest mechanic out of the 4 bendings for the set? Which one did they do the best with? Do you think one's too strong? Let us know. Put it in the comments. Realm of Ko. There's another Zuko. Let's control basic land. Create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token. With this token, can't block or be blocked except by spirits for 3 and a black. Meteorite. Lost the memory. Fire Lord Ozai. I am the Fire Lord. Oh, and he got Ko, the Face Stealer. He got his land, and he got him. Jeez Louise, 3 again. Jung Jung, there he is. Tundra Tank. Very cool. That's crazy. He got Ko. This is another guy a lot of people, once he came out, like were very excited about because the fact that you can instantly change what his abilities are is crazy. Fire Lord Ozai. And a meteorite. This is, believe it or not, this is not Sozin's comment. This is referring to there's an episode where a meteorite crashed and almost set a town on fire, and then Sokka makes a sword out of that meteorite. Very cool. But we are also coming up to the holiday season, so just so you guys know, there's probably going to be some weeks where I think we're not going to be able to record because Duncan's going out of town, and I think Jeff's going out of town, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for us to record. So just be wary of coming up here with the holidays and stuff. There might be a couple of weeks where we miss just because of the craziness of the holidays. Zuko Conflicted. Elemental Bond, and that's the foil version too. Day of Black Sun, you got another one. Master Guidance, you got another one. I don't think he has that Katara yet. Bosco, just a bear. Yeah, see? Bosco, just a bear. Boiling Rock Prison. Very flavor. I mean, they just did, the flavor in this set was just on point. They did a great job. I mean, I was coming into it with the mindset of I'm going to be super critical because this is a show that's near and dear to me. So, obviously you don't want someone that is doing an adaptation of it to try to reinterpret it in a way that is just kind of ruins it. Wow. Boomy. Sundial of the Infinite. Fire Nation Occupation. Fire Nation Occupation. Tectonic Split. The Fire Nation Palace. Which that's a sick land. Jeez Louise. Thriving Grove, Meteor Sword, that's Zuko's Exile. It's a colorless. They did a lot of colorless stuff in this set too, which was pretty cool, I thought. Bringing some good value to the colorless game. Um, very cool. Look at that. And it's the foil version, Boomy Unleashed. That's sick. Very, very sick. Well, guys, we are coming down to our last 3 packs. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for riding it out with me. I know it's a little bit longer, but I do want to do that thing I still wanted to do at the end of this, so we're still going to do it, but we're coming up to the end here, probably another 5-10 minutes or so. So here's the ally, Aang Swift Savior. This is the extended art foil version. Black Sun Zenith. Jeez Louise. There's the flip side of the Aang one. So we'll put that one there. Diligent Zookeeper. Oh, put that in the wrong spot. Oh, look at that. You got the special art version and the regular version. Land. Sokka. Katara. Just, oh, so good. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Thanks for opening packs with me as always. I love being able to open packs. I think it's super fun. Thoroughly enjoy it. If you excuse me, if you guys like it, you guys enjoy this content, again, like, share, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate it. We do have a Patreon at patreon.com/commanderspod. We also have an email, cast@commanderspod.com, that you can email us at. More than happy to answer your questions, go over stuff on the podcast. And yeah, we're coming up here, second to last pack now that we're opening. Let's see what else we get. This is the Call. That's a good one. Avatar Destiny. Tui and La, Moon and Ocean. Elemental Teachings. Land. Yeah, I can't believe he got 3 again in one pack in this box. That's crazy. He got 3 in the first box for Mythics in one pack, and then he got stinking 3 in this box in one pack for Mythics. So, alright, last pack. Here we go. Still looking for a Force of Negation, or one of the Battle Pose cards. South Pole Voyager. The Mechanist Technical Tinker. So this is the one where they reprinted this card. It's only had one printing, I think. They reprinted it for this. But this right here, this artifact token named Zeppelin with flying and crew 3, doesn't exist. It's not an existing token that they have ever created. And when they reprinted it in this set, everyone's like, oh, you guys going to make the token? They're like, no, we're not going to make any tokens for any of the bonus sheet cards. So we still don't have a token for this creature. And this is now the second time it's been printed, which is hilarious. Tale of Momo. Oh, so sad. Iroh Grand Lotus, he got one too. He didn't get the cool sick version that Duncan got, but he got him. Eel Hounds. Sokka's sword training. The Boulder. Yeah. I mean, I cannot recommend this show enough. If you have kids, I'm sure your kids will love it. It's super fun. It's kind of cutesy and funny. It's a little corny at times, but again, it's a kids show, so it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, just absolutely awesome. So, real quick though, just wanted to let you guys know I have some very loving and caring friends, and they know how much I love Avatar, and so they actually bought me the seam boxes. So this is the seam box. I'll flip it over. So it comes with three play boosters, and then the scene that it comes with, and we kind of saw some of these. So um, we saw the Appa card, and we saw one other one. But so this is the 6 cards that make up this scene, And in this box, you can get all of them. Plus, you get 3 packs, and this is $40 plus tax. So this is the Black Sun Evasion. That's what this one is called. And then they also bought me the other one, which is Tea Time at the Jasmine Garden. So again, this is the couples one. So I said that someone grabbed this one. I think Bryce got this guy and got this guy here. But again, so this is the scene. Flip it over again. 3 play boosters, and here's what you get in foil. So super cool. Super excited about these. These are cards you can also get in the packs, including the regular play booster packs. But there's certain scenes like the last Agni Kai one that I brought up and mentioned that you can only get in the play booster. So, I mean, in the collector boosters. But needless to say, guys, sick pools for both Duncan and Bryce. I hope they're really happy with what they got. I know that I'm happy for them. They got some sick cards. They got some sick arts, sick foils, and good times were had by all. So, again, if you guys enjoy this stuff, let us know. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and we're getting some more boxes. Duncan's getting another just box of regular play boosters, and so I'm going to open that up on the stream as well at some point. And then again, my friends very generously bought me some boxes as well to open for myself, so I have some cards to keep. I won't bore you with any of the details, but with that being said, long story short, guys, thank you so much. And I hope you guys enjoyed the box openings and going through those cards with me. I know I thoroughly am excited about this set and really pumped to do pre-release tonight. Again, this is Saturday I'm doing this, so day after the first day drop of pre-release. But guys, as always, play bold, swing wide, and don't forget to pay the one.
Commander's Pod, where the stories unfold, with heroes and villains, new and old. Duncan, Jeff, and Sloan guide the way in the world of EDH we play. So tune in, friends, let's draw and go. In the Commander's Pod, the love will show. From our decks to yours, we share the spark in this world of magic. We'll leave a mark.